Namaste, my Desi friends. Are you moving abroad anytime soon? I know. You must be very busy sorting out the logistics, shopping all the time, and meeting all of your friends and relatives. But amidst all of this excitement and chaos, I don't want you to miss this crucial step and then end up paying penalties that could be worth lakhs of rupees. I'm talking about converting your resident savings account in India to an NRO account. As per the Foreign Exchange Management Act or FEMA, it's illegal to maintain a savings account after your resident status has changed to an NRI. Whether you're planning to settle overseas or have already moved abroad, converting your resident savings account in India to an NRO account is mandatory by law. Without wasting any time, let's understand what is an NRO account, what are its benefits, and how can you convert your savings account to an NRO account in 3 simple steps. Oh, and if you stay till the end, there's a bonus section to help you select the best NRO accounts. Now, let's get started. Chapter 1. What is an NRO account? Before diving into the steps to open an NRO account, let's first understand whether or not you should open an NRO account. Is an NRO account best for you or an NRI account? If you're aware of the Foreign Exchange Management Act of FEMA, you would know that a non-resident Indian or an NRI cannot maintain a savings account in your name in India. But now, I'm sure you must be wondering, how will I send money to India or manage my income generated in India without a bank account? The answer is very simple. Open an NRI or an NRO account. While NRIs can hold both NRI and NRO accounts simultaneously, both these accounts are suited for different purposes. Let's understand the differences between these two accounts. First, let's start with NRI account. A non-resident external account or an NRI account is a tax-free bank account for NRIs who want to deposit or manage their foreign earnings in India. The deposited funds in the NRI accounts can be easily sent back to your residence country 24/7 with zero restrictions. Now let's talk about an NRO account. A non-resident ordinary account or an NRO account is a taxable bank account where NRIs can deposit and manage their income that's earned in India. So I'm talking about rent, dividends, pensions, etc. and also deposit foreign currency. But unlike NRI accounts, the funds deposited in the NRO accounts are not fully repatriable. You can only send up to $1 million inclusive of all the taxes in one financial year. While there are limits to remitting the principal amount, you can freely send the interest earned. Oh, but please note that you cannot convert your resident account to an NRI account. You'll need to close the existing account to open an NRI account. However, you can easily convert your resident account to an NRO account. So if you want to manage your income earned in India or open an account with a close relative to manage those funds, open an NRO account. But if you want to keep your savings in INR while ensuring that you can easily send money to your current foreign residence, open an NRI account. As simple as that. If you want to enjoy the benefits of both of these accounts, well, then manage both NRI and NRO accounts simultaneously. I know most of you decided which account you want to open, but some of you might be curious, why open these accounts in the first place? What if I manage my existing savings account in India? Well, in the introduction, I've already given you a gist of the regulations that mandate opening an NRI or NRO accounts. Next, I'll discuss the rules and the penalties in detail. Chapter 2. What does the law say? As per the FEMA Act 1999, as an NRI, you're not eligible to have a resident bank account in India. You must either open an NRI or an NRO account to make transactions in India. Section 13 of the FEMA Act 1999 says that if you violate any provision of the Act, you would be liable to pay up to thrice the sum of the balances in your resident account or up to 2 lakh rupees if the amount is not quantifiable. And let's say you delay paying the penalty. Well, in that case, an additional fine of 5,000 rupees per day may be charged until you pay the fine. And well, sure, there's no time limit per se to close or convert your resident bank accounts. I would say play it safe. Switch to an NRI or an NRO account as soon as possible. We now know the laws and when to open an NRO account. What we don't know are its benefits. And we Indians love the benefits, don't we? Now let's discuss them one by one. Chapter 3. The benefits of an NRO account. Number 1 is seamless account transfer. So how it works is converting your resident account to an NRO account doesn't involve closing your existing account and opening a new one. All you need to do is provide the required documents to your bank, fill out a form and that's it. Your resident savings bank account will be converted to an NRO account and the balances from your savings account will be automatically transferred to your NRO account. The best part is that your bank account number, your checkbook, your internet banking login ID and password, all of these things remain the same even after you switch to an NRO account. Number 2 is easily manage your Indian income. If you're a landlord and receive rent, collect pensions, get interest from investments or have any other income sources in India, an NRO account helps you easily manage those INR deposits. Number 3, transact in INR. If you have any loans in India or have to fulfill some other financial obligations like paying a utility bill for example, you can easily pay in Indian rupees without getting into the hassles of converting foreign currency to INR. Number 4, hands-free account management. As I mentioned, you can open a joint NRO account with your close relative residing in India. You can even appoint a power of attorney to manage your NRO on your behalf. If you're like me who always checks the video timestamps at the bottom, you would know that I will discuss power of attorney later in the video, so keep watching. Number 5, manage your investments. If you link your NRO account to a PIS account, you can invest in Indian stock markets. An NRO account allows you to invest in other investment vehicles like mutual funds and fixed deposits as well. Portfolio Investment Scheme or PIS is an RBI initiative that enables NRIs to buy and sell shares of companies listed in India. I hope you're convinced now to open an NRO account. By the way, do you remember that I said this in the introduction that you can convert your savings account to an NRO account in 3 simple steps? Well, here we are. Chapter 4, 3 simple steps to convert your savings account to an NRO account. Before we dive into the steps, I want to remind you that a zero balance savings account cannot be converted into an NRO account. You need a normal savings account for it to be converted into an NRO account. With that said, here are the steps to switch to an NRO account. Step number 1, keep all the documents ready. Get in touch with your bank and request for the conversion of your resident savings account to an NRO account form along with all the list of documents required. You can even download the form from a bank's official website. Step number 2, fill out the form and attest all the documents. After you fill the form and have all the documents ready, sign the form and get the documents attested from competent authorities. So this could be the Indian Embassy, Notary Public Consulate, overseas branch of a nationalized Indian bank. Also, if you have an FD linked to your account, don't forget to attach the receipts. Step number 3, visit the bank or courier the documents. In the final step, you need to get approval from the bank by sending the required documents along with the form. If you're overseas, you can courier the documents, and if you're here in India, simply visit the bank with your documents. Once you send all the documents, wait until your bank verifies them and converts your savings account into an NRO account. And that's it. After your NRO account is active, you can easily manage your income earned in India, pay your utility bills and start investing in Indian companies. If you're wondering why I haven't discussed the charges of converting your savings account to an NRA account, well, that's because the charges differ from bank to bank. You need to contact your bank to inquire about the fees. Now it's time to discuss the word you fear the most, taxes. If you ask me, filing taxes is sure kind of boring, but they aren't complicated, especially when I help you understand them. If you're an NRI, your income earned in India is taxable under the respective tax bracket. So for example, if you get a salary for providing services in India, irrespective of where you receive the income, earn interest from your investment and receive rent for your property in India, etc., you must pay taxes. The interest you earn in your NRO account and the credit balances, they're also taxable under the tax bracket that you fall into and the applicable wealth and gift tax. Moreover, the money you send to your residence country from your NRO account is also taxable. While filing taxes in India as an NRI in India, you can avail of several applicable deductions, insurance, education loan, donations, etc., and reduced tax benefits under the Double Taxation Avoidance Agreement or DTAA. If you don't love taxes, you might not love micromanaging your Indian bank accounts either. Well, I have a 3-letter solution for that, POA. Micromanaging your Indian bank account from overseas, that can become a task, especially if you're actively investing and managing your finances in India. A power of attorney or a POA can help you easily manage your NRO account and help with the other financial matters by making decisions on your behalf. A POA is a legal deed wherein you provide authority to a trusted person to represent you in financial, legal and business transactions. So, for example, a POA can issue checks from your account, buy real estate, rent properties, sign your tax forms, etc. While appointing a POA can ease your burden, POA deeds are also used to execute fraud. Make sure you appoint a trusted person as your POA and educate yourself about the rules of POA. Here's how you appoint a POA. You need 2 original copies of the POA deed in plain white paper. Along with that, you need to submit the required documents and get it signed by 2 local witnesses in the presence of the Indian Embassy Consulate. Now that you've taken a screenshot of this list of documents, shall we move on to the next section? While researching for this video, I was sure that some of you would ask questions like, which NRO account should I pick? How can I transfer money to an NRO account? Don't worry, I have these questions covered next. I would highly recommend sending your foreign earnings to your NRE account and then moving them to your NRO account. Jumping into the details, you can repatriate money to India in 3 ways: wire transfer, internet banking, or the old school way by issuing a check. Guess what? We made a detailed video on how you can transfer funds from abroad to India. So feel free to skip chapter 1 here and dive right into the detailed steps. Watch it after completing this video. Let's discuss the final section of this video first, shall we? While it's wise to convert your existing savings to an NRO account, exploring different options costs you nothing. I'll glance through the minimum balance requirements for holding an NRO account and the interest rates offered by some major Indian banks. And well, that's a wrap. Let's recap some of the key takeaways from this video. Once you receive an NRI status, it's not legal to maintain a resident account as per the FEMA Act 1999. To manage your finances in India, you must open an NRE or an NRO account. If you want to manage your income earned in India and pay for expenses in India, it's best to open an NRO account. But let me correct myself. Don't open, simply convert your normal savings account to an NRO account by submitting the required documents. The best part is that your account number and other details remain absolutely the same. That's it for this video, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to this channel if you found this video helpful. At Groww NRI, we demystify finance for those living overseas. Hit the notification icon to never miss such videos. Before you go, tell us which topic you'd want us to cover in the next video in the comment section. Until then, keep growing. I'll see you in the next video.